Hey Virgo, I am here with some messages of clarity and guidance as it relates to your finances. And this is not date specific, so whenever you come across this reading, there may be some messages here for you. All right, so I do see this time as one where you are needing to pay a little more attention to your finances and not be splurging as much. There's a lot of things that you could be splurging on and a lot of avenues that you could be taking and a lot of purchases that you could be making, but I do see you needing to or coming into sort of this place of where you're looking to really improve your financial situation and better manage your finances and resources. So what else do we have for Virgo? Okay, thank you. All right. Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely time to reconnect with your inner self and your higher self, and that may have been a little difficult for you because of some financial situations, challenges that you've been going through, but you are being reminded to reconnect with yourself and use this time as you are going back through your budget and making sacrifices and getting rid of things that you no longer need, stuff you're not even watching, like getting rid of those subscriptions, cutting down on services that, again, you're not utilizing. So you're asked to connect with yourself on that and connect back with your intuition on other ways that you can be more mindful about your spending and budgeting. And you can be more careful with your finances. Okay, so I think some of you are not being honest with yourself, and this is not everyone, but some of you may not be being as honest with yourself about your situation and what you need to do to get it back on track. So that's for some of you. Yeah, so you're definitely being tempted to go in other directions, and I know, Virgo, you are responsible, but you do have your moments when you do splurge, and that's okay. Okay, what else for Virgo? Alright, yeah, but I do see you walking away from that and getting back to being more mindful. I do see you getting back to being more mindful, so that's a good thing for you, and for the path that you're trying to move toward and go toward. Okay, so what else for Virgo? Okay, and this may even, like I said, we talked about reconnecting with your intuition and self, so that's coming up here again. So it's so important for you to do that at this time, and I think that will make the burden less as well, because we all kind of go through and say, oh, okay, well, you know what, I'm not really using that Stars subscription, so I'm gonna cut that off. But then next thing you know, like, you see something on the TV and you're like, oh, that's on Stars, so I don't have that money anymore. So I do understand when those types of things come up, but really just connecting with yourself and recognizing the blessings in what you are doing and how it is going to benefit you in the long run can keep you motivated and make the burden and the impact less. But I absolutely see you sort of taking the blindfold off and being able to release a lot of the fears and anxieties surrounding your financial situation by just doing that small little thing. And it's not really a small thing. It's actually a very helpful thing to go through and minimize your expenses. So that's going to have a huge impact. And you have the strength now to do it. And yeah, so that's really going to work toward getting you out of this lack energy and this situation that you're going through where you are having a challenging time with your finances. And again, this is for a very large collective of people, so if it's not resonating with you, then don't take what doesn't resonate, or just take only the pieces that do apply. Okay? All right, so what else? So let's see. Let's ask what type of challenges is Virgo going to encounter with this? Okay, thank you. Yeah, really staying focused and moving yourself forward. It's like this internal conflict with wanting to keep things the way that they are, and that's completely understandable. Nobody wants to give up their stars, but I see you when you do take that time to connect. You'll see how much it doesn't matter to you and how much you are okay with it. And it's allowing you to recover that hope and faith that you have in achieving and accomplishing your goals and getting you on the best path for you. So that's what these changes are going to allow. And you know that, and you recognize that, but it is a little bit of a struggle to get yourself there. So let's get a couple of messages here. What messages do we have for Virgo? All right. Yeah, so there may be soul family coming through, or that you connect with, that can help you, give you advice, give you ideas on how to better manage your finances or financial situation. And just practice discernment with who you're trusting and with what information during this time. And there may also be someone that's coming through to assist you as well. Yeah, so for some of you, there's definitely a surprise coming with someone that is offering support and help and assistance. And be proud of how far you've come. And be proud of the little things that you're doing to get yourself back on track. And all the things that you've done so far. Because this is not new. You've been working on this. And it's slow. It's taking time. But you're seeing the payoff and the benefit, and you're positioning yourself and setting yourself up to receive even more abundance and more payoffs. And these may be indicative of your spirit animals, so you may want to look them up, or they may have some other significance to you and be additional confirmation for you of this message. But also, I've talked about this in other readings about taking the time to enjoy the journey. Like I said, we just talked about how far you've come and how proud I am of you, and you are of yourself, for making changes and being more mindful about your spending, but still also celebrating and taking that time to enjoy yourself. So be proud of how far you've come. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I feel like we were going to challenges next. I feel like this has just been a challenge, and I can understand that. But again, you've been working on this, and it's been challenging to you, but you're making it. You're making progress, so stick with it. And have patience and allow reality to catch up to you, to your vibration, and to start reflecting back to you what it is that you've set up, the thoughts you've put out, the changes that you've made. And really engaging in only those things that you're passionate about at this time. Looking at what other gifts, skills, talents, and abilities that you have that you could be leveraging as a side business or a side hustle, or as your main business or hustle. Really connecting and drawing on those things, because there's opportunity in that for abundance. Okay, so what other challenges? Okay. Yes. Really staying focused on moving forward and not like overthinking things, because I know, Virgo, you can overthink things sometimes, but really being, again, proud of how far you've come, where you are, and not going back and rethinking things and rehashing things and, oh, you know what, I actually should have did this instead of that because I'd be in a better position, or I'd be here or there. But you're in the perfect position. You're in the exact position that you are supposed to be at this point in time, and you've made no wrong choices. You've made no wrong decisions simply because you made them. Okay? So trusting and knowing that, and knowing that you have everything that you need with you already to connect with the frequency of pure abundance. So let's look at some short-term outcomes. Yeah, you getting back connected with your intuition and guidance, inner knowledge, inner wisdom. You're connecting back to that. That's beautiful, because I see you not being connected and then connecting. So that's wonderful. So from a long-term perspective, what do we have for Virgo? Yeah, getting back into those self-care, excuse me, those self-care practices and those other things that bring you joy and happiness. But for some of you, I'm hearing like a little bit of a respite or a resting period maybe necessary. So if you are leaving a job or retiring, maybe taking a little bit of time to just like do nothing and just relax your mind, which is beautiful. And then you'll start to think about, okay, what do I want to do next? What are my next moves? What am I passionate about? And that also is allowing that time to be letting go of the anxiety, worry, fears, what was done in the past, everything that's happened. You're really allowing yourself that time that you need to let go and to reconnect with your intuition and higher self, and get those messages and those sparks and ideas and those waves of creativity on what are your next steps. Okay, so let's see some long-term outcomes. So I think understanding that there may be there was definitely a lesson in how this uncovered, how things like flowed. There's definitely a lesson in that. And you know that you could have been more mindful in certain areas, but it's really not about that at this point in time, because you have learned the lessons that you needed to learn, and it's time for you to acknowledge that and accept that and take those lessons and use them on your new journey, your new adventure, so that you are making decisions that you consider to be more aligned with your purpose, your life purpose, and more aligned with your true authentic self. So let's get some messages. What messages do we have for Virgo? Okay. Alright. So for some of you, this may have involved a younger person that may, for some of you, I feel like this person may have been a little draining to you. You may have invested in that energy, that person, and it may have resulted in some impacts to your financial status, and that's for some of you. But you can rest and know that everybody's going to learn the lessons that they need to learn. So if you're not getting that money back and it's not happening, it's really again about the time to close out cycles and move forward with love and healing and those lessons that you learned, and knowing that everyone will learn the lesson that they need to learn. So you don't need to essentially do anything or make sure that, someone learns their lesson, because you can rest assured knowing that they will. Absolutely. And again, just reconnecting back with yourself. Self-worth, self-value, self-confidence, self-love. That is what is on the horizon for you. Okay, let's get a couple more. Yes. And I feel like this is work coming up that is going to be fruitful for you. And it's going to be work that you're inspired by, because you are getting back to connecting with your true authentic self and getting those ideas that you're passionate about. And so it may appear to be hard work, or you may think it's going to be hard work, but you're going to find that you're pretty inspired by it. And you're ready to put in the work, because it is inspiring work. It's actions that you feel passionate about and or inspired about and want to do. And it's also going to allow in some way for you to reconnect. So maybe there are family members that will support you or offer some sort of guidance in some way. But it allows you to also reconnect with them. Okay. And then any of these animals may be your spirit animals, so you may want to look them up, or you may see something that provides additional confirmation to you. And as you move forward, if you are going to continue to deal with draining energies, it's going to be important for you to set your boundaries as far as what you're going to accept, what you're not going to accept, what you're going to do and not do, and what you prefer and what you need in your life. And again, it's about taking that inspired action on those ideas that you feel connected with and you feel excited about. So don't overlook those. Even if you got to write them down, jot them down in your journal and come back to them when you're ready to make moves. And you don't even have to have the money at that time. You can just do research and you can start planning out things. But you are being called to get back to that. Get back to those ideas that make you happy and that bring joy. And also trusting in yourself and your abilities, and knowing that you have the power, the strength, the confidence, and the abilities to achieve the goals and to achieve more than you could ever desire. Okay, so let's get some messages here. What messages do we have for Virgo? And what's that say? Lawsuit? Getting sued or suing someone? Okay, all right. So I see some of you are going to take things into your own hands and move forward with that, and that's absolutely your choice. And it may be just a situation of where like you have to. It was just so much that you need to get that back, and that's completely understandable. So let's see. Yes, what you can also do in the meantime is definitely, again, go through those finances and look for ways that you can cut back and cut down on your spending. And you definitely, the new that you get into is going to be what you love. And you feel inspired by that. And like I said, it's not even going to seem like work because it's what you love doing and you feel so passionate about it and you're inspired by it. So what else? Okay. All right. So it's okay to change your mind. And this is your year. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so it's definitely time for you to get back to what you love. And even if you do decide to move forward with a particular idea, it's okay during that process to say, you know what, I no longer feel inspired by this. I no longer feel passionate about this, because if you continue on with it and force yourself to do it, then it just becomes like work, as opposed to something that you love to do that you just happen to be abundant with and make money from. Okay. All right, so let's get some final messages for Virgo. What kind of messages do you have? Okay, yes, divine timing. Yeah, so everything is happening exactly as it should, and you are right where you need to be at the exact moment that you need to be, so you can rest assured knowing that. And you don't need to harp on the past. You don't need to focus on the past. Just know that you have everything you need, and you know everything that you need right in this moment in time. And some of you may, I hear like voice acting, so that may be an option. Like, again, just those ideas that just seem like crazy or out of this world, or, you know, I don't even know how to get into that career, but research, start looking it up. You never know what you'll find. Yeah, and so you will be so abundant that you will be able to share and still have more left over. But there may be some things that you can do now to coach, mentor, volunteer, to be of support to others that could also help you get back to your true authentic self in the meantime. And those setbacks, those lessons that you're learning, you're going to take all of that in stride and use that and leverage that as you move forward. Okay. All right, Virgo, so those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a like, comment on how this resonates, and share this video as well. So we will talk soon.